think Carlos, Greg, and Tom all over there together. 3 real estate geniuses over there all together.
If you want to know something, just
Yeah, got something. Seth, how are you, man?
Wonderful. How are you?
You've been on vacation, looking all perked up and everything.
Well, thank you.
Son going to Lindsay Lane started yesterday.
Yeah, and
Or Monday, actually.
he absolutely loves it already. I got a
Left your
text
phone on.
message. But yeah, he told me yesterday, he said, I want to live there. And I'm like, well, you can't live at school. But that's good, because I hated
I'm glad
school.
you like it.
Yeah. Well, after I spent those 3 years in 8th grade, and you helped my daddy.
You did
at least he could
not.
drive.
Stop.
Well,
Worked out pretty good. We didn't have kindergarten back in those days.
really?
I had
Yeah, some of my friends didn't start school till they was about 12.
Quit looking at Greg.
They're out working?
Hey, don't forget 10% off each and every Wednesday at Herbs and More right down the road here, Highway 72, right across from Max and Clem Tire. Go by there and visit with them each and every day, especially on Wednesdays, 10% off. And Monday, y'all had 30% off.
And the first Monday of each month, we have 30% off. It was amazing. We were completely packed, and I appreciate everybody that's come out. But anyway, to get to this, I've had a few people ask me lately. They've said, well, you know, Seth, how do I know that this is safe for me to take? That this nutrition is okay for me with whatever I'm taking? Well, I brought an article that I found out here. It's called Pharmaceutical Drugs Are 62,000 Times More Likely to Kill You Than Supplements.
How many more times?
62,000. According to the Council for Responsible Nutrition, 69% of American adults take supplements, but are supplements dangerous? Well, drugs are around 900 times more likely. You're 900 times more likely to die from taking drugs than you are from food poisoning. Nearly 300,000 times more likely to die from a preventable medical injury, hospital stay, which is comparable to the individual risk of dying as an active military in Iraq or Afghanistan. So also, it shows that the adverse reactions to pharmaceutical drugs are 62,000 times more likely to kill you than food supplements.
So there's a good chance you're going to die from taking prescription drugs.
Yeah, there's an absolute good chance that you'll die from taking prescription drugs, but nutrients, well, this is stuff you were supposed to get from your food, you just don't get anymore. This is a raw material your body requires to rebuild at a cellular level. That's all we do, is provide your body with what it needs to rebuild. The data that was collected on this study, though, says that it demonstrates both food supplements and herbal remedies are super safe category of individual risk, meaning risk of death from their consumption is less than 1 in 10 million.
Get out.
It's okay, y'all. It'd be all right. So it goes on in here to say Americans easily take more than 60 billion doses of nutritional supplements every year with 0 related deaths. This is an outstanding safety. How do you get any better than that?
Hey, wait a minute now, and I bet you it doesn't say, though, how many kids, young folks in their 20s and 30s go into your cabinets and steal your nutritional drugs and try to shoot them up.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. I've not had one case of anyone shooting up nutrition.
Or snorting it.
Or snorting
Because
it. Or,
prescription drugs are the #1 killer of young adults.
And it's the #1 street drug now.
Exactly.
The #1 street drugs that kids are going out and getting are pharmaceuticals. Well, you got to remember, though, cocaine, heroin were pharmaceutical drugs to begin with. This is what the doctor would give you. They said heroin cured everything. This is where they came from. But then I also have people, you know, say, well, I need to talk to my doctor. You know, my doctor needs to look over this, and I'm all for that. But there's another study here talking about doctors' woeful lack of training about nutrition. If you just ask your doctor how many hours of training they receive in medical school on diet and nutrition, and they reply honestly, many of them will tell you none at all. Most of the rest would say they received no more than a couple of hours. In the 1980s, a landmark report by the National Academy of Sciences highlighted a lack of adequate nutrition education. Anyway, to digress and make this shorter, in 2010,
Thank you.
they received about 25 hours is what they were supposed to receive. Most of them received less than 2, and they're optional courses, so they don't take them. If you want to know about nutrition, that's what I'm there for.
Why is it if you go to a doctor and you got, say you get Xanax or whatever, they'll give you 90 or 120 for a month?
So you come back.
Yeah. Yeah. How many are they supposed to give you?
I think 30, one a day.
Oh, yeah. Well,
He didn't like that.
one of the things that they do is they try to keep you coming back. If they...
Somebody grab the dog. Okay, go ahead.
Well, if they can give you an adequate amount, or they keep you coming back. One of the things that they don't do is if you're taking more than one prescription, every prescription drug has what's called an LD50 rating, which is mean lethal dose. It kills 50% of the people that take it at this dose. What they never study, though, is combinations of drugs. So if you're taking more than one, we don't know what the LD50 rating is. I don't know how much it takes to kill you. It's not there.
Well, what'd you bring today?
Oh, well, anyway, I was going to tell you.
Some good photos, too. Some good photos.
Yeah, this is, of course, my wife. And I wanted to tell you, she's started out, she dropped 58 pounds taking Daughter's Delight. That was
That's
the beginning
great,
of
Holly.
her nutritional endeavor. After that, she got to a point to where she was bruising very easily. She was having, she was just bruised. She was having varicose veins and things like that. She started on this product called Ultimate Coral Calcium. Now, Ultimate Coral Calcium is made to give your body what it needs to rebuild the cardiovascular
Barking at
system.
Seth.
She said, you may need one before you have a heart attack.
He'll take it, Seth.
The reason she started taking that was to rebuild those capillaries and veins. She very rarely bruises anymore, and she started training with me, and I'll kill you in the gym.
Now, you're saying if I take that by where my veins are turning, because I'm getting a little older, turning purple and stuff, that will help that too?
Exactly. Those varicose veins and spotter veins, what they're doing is reaching out to get blood supply to the skin. And what happens is whenever you rebuild the cardiovascular system, or your body rebuilds it, then those retract. They're no longer needed. So they're not there.
But she got started taking Daughter's Delight.
Yeah, she started off taking Daughter's Delight to lose weight. The number one most beneficial thing you can do is lose weight when it comes to health. The French smoke 62% more than we do. They drink like 80% more than we do in America, but
I'm
they
moving to
live.
France.
Yeah, they live longer than we do
they don't
they're
work.
all of the right weight and size. They have a great amount of vanity in France, so they're of the right weight and size, so they live longer. They feel better. So that's the number one thing: get to the right weight and size. Here's another lady. If you can get a picture of this. This is Sherry. She has done absolutely amazing.
Looking good, Sharon.
If y'all find me on Facebook, Seth P. Williams, I've got hundreds of these at this point, showing how these people have lost the weight, and they're also there so they can tell you. You don't have to listen to me. Go ask them how they did it. So just go to Facebook. I like Facebook because it's interactive. I can help you through whatever endeavor you want, whether it's cancer, diabetes, heart disease. But now, I don't diagnose, treat, prevent, cure any disease. That's not my job. My job is to give you what you need to rebuild at a cellular level so your body can do it the way God intended it to do it.
How long did it take before she could tell she wasn't bruising as much? I bruise
It takes
easily.
about 4 months.
Okay.
Your cardiovascular system very
Seth,
bad.
while you're up here, let me do a Dear Jamie that's in the paper this morning. And you can relate to this and you can give us some advice for something like this.
Okay.
My wife and I have a 23-year-old son who's a heroin addict. He's been to rehab twice, relapsed again and again. He's been to attending
Non-Alon
meeting for the past 8 weeks. Yeah. By that I mean he still has some income due to odd jobs and unemployment. The latter are from a well-paying job he lost for obvious reasons. They won't last much longer. He has a prescription for Suboxone that he gets from his doctor, who tests him for drugs. He also sees a psychologist once a month for part of his treatment, yet he still uses occasionally. How many people do we know gone through this before? From our meetings, we're learning that the others have it much worse. We also are learning that we are textbook enablers. My wife manages his finances and dispenses his drug, and we allow him to live with us, making sure he's fed and clothed. Now, the meeting, what do you call it?
Non-Alon, I believe that's for...
Says to cut all the ties until he
Families with
gets
drug
clean. But we are afraid that he will go off the deep end and we will lose him forever.
You have to
This
let him
kind of
hit rock
tough
bottom.
love scares me. As bad as
That's
things
so.
are, Seth, we are afraid to put the hammer down
You have to.
and throw him out.
You have to.
Okay.
Having a kid in this situation.
We've already heard that. You're talking to Seth.
All right, here's the
All right,
deal.
no, that's why I'm asking him. He's been there before.
I'm going to be absolutely honest. I was a drug addict, alcoholic junkie. Now,
How long ago? How long ago?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know, about
10?
7, 8 years ago,
8 years
somewhere
ago.
around in there. But I continued on this path as long as I had money and I had food.
And who gave you that?
My parents. And one day, something funny happened. They got fed up, which was the best daggum thing that ever happened to me. I lived on the streets. I did not have any food, and I did not have clothes. I barely had a place to sleep half the time because nobody liked me, as they shouldn't have. If you do not forcibly say, you know what, you're not worth my time. My love is not free. You're going to have to earn it. Love is the most important thing on earth. It should not be given. It's supposed to be earned. If they don't have to earn your love, then it's worthless.
So, but all of us are enablers when we have kids like that. It's tough to say no.
Well,
I'm sure as it was for Gwen and Roy.
Yes, and it was, but it's the best thing that ever happened to me, and this is coming from somebody who's been through it.
I remember Gwen sharing a story with me. She said, you had called, you were drunk or whatever, had a car accident, broke your arm. Mom, I broke my arm. She's like, go to the hospital. Click.
Yeah. And Mom's excellent at this. If y'all ever
Yeah, she's got an outstanding She would never speak her mind.
Drill instructor to a T. But that's truly the best thing you can do, is let them reap the fruits of what they're doing. Once you find out that this sucks, I can't eat, I can't function, nobody likes me.
But at the same time, being a parent, you're scared to death that they're going to accidentally overdose, kill themselves or something, and then who's to blame?
How they going to overdose when they ain't got your money?
Well, they know how to trade back and forth.
They'll run out of stuff.
It's out of your control, so just pray.
Let them fail.
It is the hardest thing a parent has to do.
I understand, and hopefully I'll never have to go through that, but if I do, hopefully I will have the backbone to go, you know what, then you starve. Sorry, homie. It is what it is. It's kind of like, you rescue GM and Chrysler in a capitalistic society and they suck. Okay? Same thing happens with people. You rescue them, they suck. But you let them fail, then they'll come back stronger.
They feel like they earned something.
It's tough. All right, changing the subject a little bit here as we run out of time. Don't forget, you can pick up your Alabama-Auburn schedule from Gregory Crow, or just give me a call. Come by here. We have 5,000 in stock. They go on your refrigerator.
We do not.
How many did you bring, Greg? Just these 2? You can get them from Greg. Just give us a call. You can get them anywhere. You got Alabama schedule, and then they actually got Auburn equally to us on here. Speaking of Alabama, you see Alabama Classics run about 3 hours a day here. We have a multitude of ball games. That gives me chill bumps every time I watch them. And I know we're going to win because they're all winning games, except one from a Duke game in the 30s. Football season kicking off here before long, so get ready for that. Also, don't forget, as we said yesterday, I appreciate the lady calling about Mondays. We're going to start this Monday. We're going to run Off the Cuff. Off the Cuff is a new series we're doing. We'll be talking with Roy before long, too, about local legend kind of people around here. Our first one is with Benny Carl, the first man on television in Alabama in 1949 on live TV. Did a kids show with us growing up. We got him. We've got coming up.
That was really fascinating.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Brad did a excellent job on putting that together. We're going to be interviewing Dennis Holman. We've already done. We're waiting to put it together.
He's
Gerald Murray, Dr. Gerald Murray from over in the shows area, mobile home dealer and music producer. And Brad Pullum, our very own Brad Pullum right here. We'll have something coming up with him. So if you got somebody you'd like for us to feature, whether they're an educator, politician, singer, or whatever, or a good client of mine, we'll do them too. So, and we're going to do Eddie Pruitt, because Eddie Pruitt, he's celebrating 27 years in business. Before I forget anything, I want to do a shout out this morning to an Auburn night.
Shout out.
Grayson Bailey. His crew was at our house yesterday for the last 2 days, getting caught up on, did an excellent job. If y'all need anything done, whether it's pruning trees or building a water fountain or making your yard look spectacular and keeping it up, y'all need to call Grayson Bailey Landscaping, because they do a friggin' fantastic job.
It's bad when Abby's walking on the back porch. Gloria, did you keep these plants alive, or is that Grayson? That's Grayson.
We've managed to keep all of them alive since we've been here. Can Seth, anything else?
Just come by Herbs and More today and see us. You get 10% off today.
And if you got a problem with a kid, call Seth. He'll give you some personal advice on that. And coming up tomorrow, Jack will be cooking in the kitchen. We'll be talking a lot of football. Jeanette Donovan will be with us.
I hope so.
Let me give a shout out to Carlos this morning, stopping by this morning, see if we got anything to eat, but we don't. Watermelon. Carlos, how much pounds you lost? How much weight you lost?
80 pounds.
Ego and all counted. He's lost 300. But anyway, Carlos,
Almost me.
great buddy of ours here in Athens. Okay, Seth,
Wow.
good to see you.
All right, good.
All right, we got to get out of here for this Wednesday morning edition of Criminal Comes Alive. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Local and loving